I wanted to create a quick video. I did one last week, but I could not really get into CapSim to show you what I wanted to show you, and now I found out that I can't really do that at all. So I'm just going to give you a quick introduction to this class, as most of you are in it, but I'm a little concerned because over half of you have not got into CapSim yet, and most of you have not started working on the assignment for this week. The assignment for this week will take you 1 to 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours to do, so please allot enough time for you to complete that. Okay, so the syllabus is here, and this is where you can find what's due each week. I do have it laid out, I think, pretty clearly. The final presentation is going to be a little bit different, so I need to update that, so just give me a little bit of time to get caught up on that. But otherwise, I think pretty much everything is laid out. This is the first time I'm doing this fully online, so I'm hoping to engage you a little bit through videos. If you have specific questions about something where you're stuck and you just can't get past, please feel free to send me a message on that so that we can help you out, and I can get you through it as much as I can. I'm going to also just let you know that the discussion boards are really geared toward what you're doing in this class, and you have some very, just reading through the first set of discussion board from last week, you have some very smart people in this classroom, so lean on them as well. If you're stuck and you know that maybe Carol or Mike or Sergi knows something that maybe could help you, you can also send them an email. So right here on send email, you can send maybe a single select user and pick one of your classmates and go ahead and do that. I was just reading through, and Mike says he works with sensors, so already just the content of the class, he's familiar with the actual product. But just reading through all of the discussion boards that were posted, you guys really have a really good handle on the content so far. I'm just concerned that half of you did not participate in that discussion board, so if you have not yet done that, I would go out and read through them because they're going to help you through this as you go. Do not fall behind in this class, okay? I have lots of time built in here, lots of flexibility for you to work through this at your own pace, but you cannot fall behind, and I will not let you fall behind. So I'm going to walk through some of the cadence of what we're going to be doing. Learning Plan 1 was the very first week, and all I wanted you to do was read. So I hope you read. If you have not read, you have some work to do because it's a lot of reading. It's like 100 and some pages of reading. You need to read that. It's critical that you read through this. It's critical that you review the PowerPoint presentation. If you haven't done it, you have time to go back and do it, but make sure you do it, okay? Read it out loud, read it in chunks. I've broken it up into chunks. So totally you can create, based on College 101, a distributed reading schedule. Read one section each day and you'll have this done in a week, okay? Because then for this week, there's another section of reading assignments. There's 3 weeks of reading assignments in here. And you're gonna wanna make sure you go through it a couple times for that final CompXM, okay? When you're logging into CapSim, the industry ID is right here in Learning Plan 2, so this is the code that you need to use to log in. And then you're going to be completing 3 tutorials that are in CapSim. An introductory lesson quiz, a rehearsal tutorial, and a situational analysis. Robert from CapSim actually goes through, I talk to him weekly, he actually goes through this video on how to get started, how to log in, how to do all of that on this Ready, Set, Go. At minute 6, he starts talking about these introductory, rehearsal, and situational analysis. It goes through about minute 16 on the video, and then I want to say back to maybe minute 20, he goes back and gives a few, I think there may have been some questions at the end, and he gives a few more hints on the rehearsal and situational analysis. The introductory lesson is really easy. It's basically watching a video and answering a few questions for a quiz. 5 points, you get that, not a problem. The rehearsal tutorial is walking you through step by step what you need to do to make decisions and save your decisions in CapSim. Really important to do, worth 12.5 points. Again, not very difficult. The situational analysis is where you will spend the most of your time. And there's 5 different lessons in there on how to do some calculations. Write down how you do these calculations as you go through them, because you'll want to do that when you're in the simulation, at least in the beginning, to help you with forecasting, to help you with pricing, to help you with all of that. It's a helpful thing to do. In addition, when you're watching the video and going through that situational analysis, the equations and the questions that you have to do, the equations are all on that page. Read what it's asking. If you've done 2 of them and it's too much and your head hurts, walk away, come back, read what it's asking you. It's on that page. There's a few spots where people have gotten a little mixed up. Definitely let me know. But if you're letting me know Monday night, I'm not going to be able to answer your question. So you need to get in there today, Sunday. Get in there today to start working on that. Otherwise, it'll be too late. There's 2 webinars that I also want you to watch. The Snapshot of the Market and Revolving Headlines. That's in this weekly webinar tab. I'm tracking who's watching them and who's not. So if you're struggling and I come in and see that you haven't been watching any of the videos each week, I'm going to make you go back and watch the videos before I answer your question, because a lot of these videos are going to help you make those decisions better, okay? So I want to make sure you're watching them. It's like your lecture. So it's like participating in class, and if you haven't done it, then in my opinion, you haven't participated in class. This is a very much on your own motivational class. So I need you to really buckle down, create a plan, and focus on where you're going to go. You can do this. I know you probably heard nightmares about this class, but you can do this. You can do this online. You can do this face-to-face. There is no difference. In fact, in the in-person classes, I know that the video is sometimes shown in the class, and you sit down and watch the video in class. You can watch this stuff on your own. You can work through this. I'm still here to help you with the questions that you have as you go, but for the most part, you've got this and you know how to do it, so you're going to do just fine. There's a PowerPoint in here with the simulation timeline, which will give you a little bit of understanding of what that looks like. And then how do you track money and keep track of money is the discussion board for this week. Okay? Next week, what we're going to begin to do is actually make decisions in the practice round. And then I will actually go into my tutorial and show you how I do that, because I can log into my team. Oop, in the wrong class. Make sure you assign yourself to a team too. I see that Mike did that, but I'm going to go into Professor Demo and log into my team. And I can get in and make some decisions and show you how that's done. So it looks like I can actually get into the situational analysis, which is cool. I didn't think I could do that. But I can get into the situational analysis and show you around a little bit as well. But I can walk through some practice rounds and walk through a little bit about how I make some of the decisions. My decisions aren't going to be the best decisions either, because remember about trade-offs. In operations management, I always talk about trade-offs and the importance of trade-offs, and that sometimes you lower your cost, but that impacts your profit. Or you lower your price, that impacts your profit. You spend a little bit more money, that impacts your profit. But maybe it increases your market share. So you have to take some of these things and decide how you want to do them. So definitely I can go through this practice round. We also do have a tutor for this class. So if you contact the library, there is a person who will be helping us with this simulation class. She is pretty amazing. I've had her in class before. She really understands this. She's challenged by this, and she has a ton of fun working through this. So she's a great resource for you. So I will post information about her hours in Blackboard so that you can see that as well. I'll have to look it up, but I can find that for you. So again, the introductory lesson is super easy to do. It's a quiz. You answer some questions from a video. You watch the video is like 4 minutes. Then the rehearsal tutorial comes in, and you're kind of like learning how to enter decisions. When you're done with the rehearsal tutorial, there is a quiz, and then you have to submit your decision. You don't get points for it unless you hit that submit, so make sure you hit submit. So watch through that, and Robert talks about it in his video. So if you watch the video before you do this, you'll be fine. And then in here, we've got the situational analysis and the introductory lessons there, the guide. The industry conditions report is here, so I can take a look at the industry conditions report. I can actually see the rehearsal tutorial, and then in here the foundation fast track, which is going to be where you get a lot of your information. You can join a company here, and then you can do the situational analysis. So there's an intro, the perceptual map, the ideal spots, demand analysis, capacity, margin, and consumer report, and you go through each one. Okay, so what is the situational analysis? It'll tell you what it is, and then you hit next. You know you're finished when there's no longer any next buttons. Okay, I hope that helps as a basis for getting you started this week. I want to make sure that you're getting in there. I'm a little concerned that I don't see more people with more work done. So please get out there. Please start working on it. I do have office hours. I am available for you to come in. I can make time on other days to see you as well. And we can do some videos back and forth that might help too. So let me know where I can be of assistance to you. Have a great week.